Topher James here. We're going to do a little something different this time. I'm not actually in game. What we're going to do is we're going to celebrate the fact that it's the end of 2024. Hopefully, everyone had great holidays. And Golf Plus delivered 15 courses for the year. So now there's total 32 courses, which might be a lot. And it's so much that I didn't want to do what I did in a video long ago where I clipped, inside all the courses. So, and also I'm not going to number them 1 to 32. I'm just going to do a tier system. And if you haven't seen this before, we have 5 tiers. We have an S tier, an A tier, B, C, D. Kind of like a grading scale. And it's all going to be personal preference. Feel free to agree, disagree, yell at me, call me stupid, but I do have too many rounds, like 2,200 rounds in the game. I think I know what I'm talking about. But we're going to start off, and I thought it was going to be alphabetical, but apparently it's not. It's a little mixed up. But we will start at the top with Alpine. So if you see right here, we have these logos and crappy images that I did. But we're going to start off with Alpine. Alpine is an OG course, one of the original 3. I think it's still free when you buy the game. It's par 71. Changed a little bit with the elevation changes. Definitely needs to be updated in a way that there's a lot of issues with the course, terrain, little things here and there. But it's a fun course. I really enjoy playing it. It's fun to be competitive on. It's fun to play scramble on. And for that, we're going to start off in the B tier. So it's average. And now we're going to go to Bay Hill. Bay Hill, I don't like Bay Hill. I don't care what anyone says. I like watching it on TV. I like seeing people compete on it. I would love to go there. But as far as in the game it's built very nice, but playability really annoys me. Like, and the whole reason why is there's a lot of holes in the course that are duplicate. 2 of the par fives are the same. A couple of the dogleg par fours are the same. It just isn't interesting. I mean, I'll compete on it. I played very well on it, but it's like a par 72. It's challenging, but it's just not fun. Hole 18, other than being a historic finishing hole, for the video game, I'm not into it. And for that, I'm going to put you at C. Butler Pitch and Putt. Now, I know Golf Plus is in Austin, and this is a fan favorite. It's somewhere I like to go in real life because it looks like just a fun hangout. It's cool what they did in the game with all the Easter eggs and all the gimmicks. It's a par 3 course, 9 holes, very challenging on pro greens, but it's fun to play and it's fun to mess around on. You know, I would give it a B. Only because, A level I hold near and dear, and then C level, I mean, it's definitely better in Bay Hill. I have a dog right next to me, behind me. What is next on the list? So we're gonna go with Castle Pines. Castle Pines was newly added in the last FedEx Cup. It introduced the elevation changes to the golf game, and it's a fun course. It's beautiful. It's par 72, very long. Uh, a lot of great things to it. Playability wise, I mean, other than wanting to see how long you can hit it, it kind of I run out of interest very fast with it, and I'm not sure why because it is a fun course. But for that, I'm gonna put you in the B level. East Lake. So East Lake, there's an OG version. It's East Lake 2023, and then there's a new East Lake that was redeveloped for the last FedEx Cup. The East Lake 2023 was a hard course, par 70. The first 2 holes you had to get off to a good start. It was really hard. There's only 2 par fives. The slope on the greens are crazy. It's a hard course. Hole 9 is a nasty par 3. Um, but if I compare it to the new East Lake, which it's par 71 now, there's 1 par 5 on the front, 2 par 5s on the back. The greens, how they changed it in real life, I imagine is how they changed it in the game. So it's easier. It's a lot of fun to play, and plus it's picturesque with the land in the background, and East Lake is always the the tour championship. So I will put OG East Lake 2023 at C, and I will put the new East Lake at B. Like I said, I thought it'd be alphabetical, but it's not. So we're gonna skip over to the Canyons. Canyons is a new fantasy course. I saw a lot of hype behind it, and like Golf Plus was very proud of it. I'll be honest, I hate it. I think it's a console course. It's Tiger Woods or PGA 2K. It's not a virtual reality course. I would never even think about playing it in real life unless it was some dumb scramble. Um, there's elevation, there's mountain arches, there's bridges for the carts. Pin locations are ridiculous. The greens are sloped, and even then, you could hit a great shot off the tee, and you're still going to end up in some garbage waste or rocks or whatever the hell you want to call it. And in the game, that's ridiculously hard to play in right now. I don't like the course. Some people might, and I know Golf Plus is proud of it, but I do not like that course whatsoever. It's just not fun. It's not even. It's one of those courses that is just too challenging to play, and it's not even worth my time. What alphabetical things? You know what? Cool. Let's burn through some other of the fantasy courses. Cliffs, the OG of the OG course. If they ever remastered it, it would be an A, maybe S tier level course. It is just fun in a way like of the possibilities. It's par 71, and is it par 71? Yeah. It's fun to play from the fronts, and anything on the easy pins, it's fun to play because a lot of it's funneled. But the worst thing is it's sloped. The the grid lines on the greens are ridiculous. I mean, you think you have a nice right to left putt, and it goes, you know, way out away from the hole for some reason, or there's a hidden break or something, and that's just ridiculous. Um, there's a lot of things that need to be updated by it. It's all around. It's not good. Go to D tier. There we go. If they ever update it, then I'm sure I will enjoy it more. But for right now, yeah, no, it's a D tier course compared to everything else. And then Castle Links, that's another course that has potential. It's a fantasy course which I believe is mimicking something in Scotland, and it's long. The greens are very sloped. It's firm conditions, I believe, all around. And then you have the tall grass, which is just ridiculous to hit out of. And the course itself, I mean, at least whenever I play it now, it just doesn't play well. So it's something I don't usually want to play in the game. And yeah, so D tier is consisting of the fantasy created courses. Sorry. Where are we at as far as, so that is C. Do we have a D? No jokes, please. All right, cool. I'm just going to start off in the list. So let's jump on. All right, cool. I mean, we're just going to go with the hay. So we have the hay putting course and the hay, it's a 9-hole par 3 course. And I believe, I mean, they were created this year. They're a part of Pebble Beach and Spyglass Resort, like that whole area, I believe. Uh, I see potential. I shouldn't say I see potential. I see people enjoying the par 3 course, the hay. You can practice, you can goof around in it. There isn't anything too exciting with it other than the fact that it's a par 3 9-hole course. It's not as good as Butler, and for that reason, on the sea level you go. But the putting course, I think, is awesome. The putting course, it's 18 holes, a lot of different terrains, a lot of different breaks, a lot of different reads. You can play stroke, you can do closest to pin to practice you lagging, you can play scramble, you can play match play. I mean, that is fun. And for that, I put you on B. I'm being very picky right now, apparently. Hmm, interesting. All right, cool. Hopefully I don't butcher this, but Jumeirah Earth. That course is fun. It was just added recently. It's well built. I believe it's a DP Tour course. It's a great layout, very competitive. Um, the greens are nice. Nothing great, but definitely nothing bad. So on the C tier you go. It's mostly flat. I want to say it's par 72. Hole 18 is a great finishing hole with the water going through it. So it's a good course. Kapalua. Kapalua is the Century Course tournament, which is coming up in a couple weeks, and it's a fun course. It's a par 73. It's got four par fives, three par threes, a lot of slope, a lot of elevation, a lot of rolling hills. Very challenging. The pin on well, the green on hole four. That's not an easy pin. If anyone from Golf Plus is watching, that's not an easy pin. Move that damn thing. That should be the hard pin. Um, but it's fun. It's just a fun course to play on, especially when with the surroundings and thinking about being in Hawaii, things like that. So I'm gonna put that at A tier. I enjoy playing that course. Harbor Links. Harbor Links is a great course in a way that it's challenging. We have fun. It's flat. Demands accuracy. It's a par 71. Yeah. Hole nine is a short par four. That's fun. The greens are, they have a lot of um, collection areas. So you have to be good on your short game. 16, 17, 18 are like the weirdest three finishing holes, with the dogleg par four and then the par three right along the waist in the water or the marsh, and hole 18 when you get to the green, you don't know the difference between the out of bounds and the rough. But yeah, Harbor Links is just fun. It's a well-made course. Yeah, I have no complaints on that whatsoever. So A tier you go. Okay, sure. Pinehurst. Pinehurst is just a legendary course, and there's nothing getting around that. It's turtleback greens, waste areas all around. I mean, I'm sure that course was so much fun when it was grass, not sand, but I wish the waste area would play differently now. It's a risk reward course, especially with some of those pin locations. Like, yeah, par 72, the first four holes are all survival. A lot of temptations. It's a fun course. Gonna put you at B level though. I lied. I'm gonna put you at C level just because I only play it when I need to, you know, play a weekly or something like that. That's the only time I play it. I wouldn't like Alpine or any of the other courses. I wouldn't just want to play it just for fun. Quail Hollow. Quail Hollow is a very good competitive course. Very well done. It's the site of the 2025 PGA Championship. Um, the front nine is a lot different than the back nine. The back nine is just, it was a part of the back nine. That short par four and then par five that you can hit on the left down across the water, and then you get those three holes that are apparently the toughest holes in golf. It's just a fun course. It's very challenging, very competitive. For that reason, I will put you at the B level. Kind of got a middle finger going. Oh, what course is that? I have no idea what course that is. So we're gonna go to Riviera. Riviera, the site of the 2028 Olympics, because it's gonna be in Los Angeles. Classic Tiger Woods course. It's par 71. First hole is a must birdie par five. Hole 10 is the drivable par four that's really skinny and slopes away from you. It's a great layout. It's a fun course. A lot of challenges and opportunities, but I do not like the course because how it's built in the game right now is those grid lines. There's so many zigzags around the holes and things like that. It is just impossible to read. You almost have to get lucky. And, for that just takes away all the fun. It's a hard course, but those grid lines are the most ridiculous. So, sea level you go. Hole 18 is cool, especially with the plaque. I will say that. Lofoten Links. So the course that was in Norway, I believe. You see the Northern Lights, so it's Northern Europe, and it's really cool to see. It would be one of those courses in real life that I definitely want to check out and play. Those greens are nasty. They roll so hard. You can tell that those greens are pretty hairy in real life because playing those like US, like I play pro greens. Can you imagine playing a US Open there? Those golf balls would be rolling off worse than Pinehurst. Um, but I mean, it's a cool course. It's weird that it starts off with the drivable par four. There's not a lot of like aiming. It's hard to aim, off the tee or things like that because you just see water or ice. I can't remember if it's a par 71 or par 72, but it's definitely a challenging course. But it's one of those like, yeah, I'll play it if it's a weekly, but overall, it's kind of a gimmicky course. It's like, hey, cool, Northern Lights, yeah. Um, I still don't know what. All right, let me just zoom in on that real quick. Ah, okay, that's Kiwa. Kiwa, the ocean course. Let me check my OBS, make sure I didn't screw that up. I think we're good. Kiwa, the ocean course. I love Kiwa. It is such a fun course, and they held the Ryder Cup a while ago, and I think the senior PGA just played one this fall or this late summer. It's par 72, firm conditions. The greens are so nice to putt on. Arguably some of the best greens in the game to putt on. A lot of challenges. You know, 18th hole is kind of a downer, especially after getting a little tense on that 17 over the water. But yeah, I enjoy it very much, and for that reason, I'll put it at A. I think that's Olympia Fields. So I got Muirfield. I'm gonna hold off on Muirfield, and got Olympia Fields. So Olympia Fields, I classify like Quail Hollow. It is a fun, solid championship course. It's one of those that if you really want to be tested, you go play Olympia. And it's a par 70. You start off right at the gate with a par 5. That isn't easy to reach, especially if you have wind in your face. Um, the par 5s are challenging. The par 3, it's nice elevation, nothing too extreme. Hole 9 and hole 18 are just, difficult holes. The greens, they slope. The grid lines could be fixed in some areas with those pin locations, but over than that, it's just a great championship course to play on. For that, I'm going to stick you with Quail Hollow on B. It's par 70, two par 5s. Yeah, very challenging. All right, so if we look here, we got Muirfield, we got Pebble, we got Peaks. We're going to jump on Spyglass Hill. Spyglass Hill, part of the whole Pebble Beach resort area. I imagine, and I think I've heard people say that it's on we play on too fast of a stint with the pro greens, and that's why the pros make it look easier. But it's a well done course. It's fun. It's weird that after like the first 4 or 5 holes, then you're in the woods, and then you just kind of battle the dog legs and the elevations and things like that. Um, it's fun. Hole 18 is kind of a downer. It's par 72. It's a lot of hitting onto the green and hoping you don't spin it off. Uh, yeah, I mean for that it's fun, but it, it's a B because it is built very well. Okay, so this one is St. Andrews. St. Andrews, the old course. I love that course. I've loved it ever since playing like 2003, 2024 Tiger Woods games. Plus the history behind it. I really want to go there sometime just to take it all in. It's a par 70, so two par 3s, two par 5s, firm conditions, A lot of rolling hills, a lot of, practice your short game, practice your lag putting, and I wish it would change. It's a yellow tint because it's like Twilight or something like that. I don't know. I wish they would just it's a video game, make it enjoyable for the user. My biggest complaint is hole 11, the par 3, easy pin on that slope. Yeah, I don't care who you are. It's the worst, like top two worst pin locations in the game. Move that thing or classify that as a hard pin. That that hole sucks with that pin location. I don't care who you are. Uh, you know what? And because of that hole, it is not an S tier. It is an A tier. That's a fun course. I love that course. Sweetens Cove. Sweetens Cove is actually really cool. It's cool to play 9 holes twice with two different holes on each, two different cups on each hole. Um, it's par 72, two par fives, four par threes. Um, it's a very open course, but a lot of the greens are drivable, and some, they're turtleback greens. It's hard to keep the ball on. You can tell it's another course that they don't play pro greens on, so it's challenging that way. A lot of flop shots, a lot of, two, three breaking putts. You know, it's the clubhouse is cool. The first tee, how scenic it is. Um, yeah, so it's cool, but it's another course that I'm not gonna be like, oh, let's play Sweetens. So this one is the New Zealand course Te Arai. I'm sure I butchered the crap out of it, but that course is so much fun. Like it is fun to play solo. It's fun to play, with a scramble. Uh, you can really shoot low on the course. It's definitely not a challenging course. I want to say it's a par 72, 71, 72. And yeah, it's very well done, very wide open. Like that would be the course if you're just looking to play golf and like enjoy that resort style golf. That would be the course to buy because it's just fun. There's not much to it. I'm gonna put that on the A tier. So we got 3 TPC courses. I'm gonna start off with Scottsdale and Southwind. So apparently with Southwind, according to my 2024 recap, that's my home course, and I do enjoy the course. I do love to play it a lot. Hole 18 is a great, tense way to end around with the dogleg around the water. It's par 71. The first par 5 is, is very it's very difficult running along the water. So you either bail left or you hit in the water. It's built well. It's another course that is great to putt on. It's an accuracy course. It's not too long, but you definitely can get into trouble. Um, yeah, I mean, I love the course. It is definitely an A tier course. Scottsdale. Scottsdale is also par 71. It's the home of the Waste Management Open. Hole 16, is it 16? Yeah, the par 3, the party hole. It's cool that they have that in the game, and you can hear the reactions. Um, it's it's a fun course because it's challenging. You have to be specific where you hit off the tee, or else you'll 9 times out of 10, be close to the sand. There's a lot of challenges. You know, it's overall a fun course. 18 is kind of a downer. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, straight par 4 that you can hit into. Par 5s are fun, so I enjoy it. It is definitely going to be an A tier. So I'm gonna skip TPC Sawgrass. We're gonna go into Valhalla and Yale. Yale, I'm gonna move you up to a C tier because when I ranked you last, it was last place. However, the more I thought about it, the course is just weird. It's a par 70, 4 par 3s, 2 par 5s. 2 par 5s are on hole 16 and hole 18. Hole 18 is just a pain in the ass, to play in because of the way the fairways break. And the greens are huge. The the grid lines on it, they need updating or something. needs to be fixed on it. The pin locations for medium and hard are ridiculous, but at the same time, I don't agree with us having to play it on very fast. Like that doesn't make any sense. Um, but the reason why it's not D tier is because it is a pretty course. You know, it is fun to play from the easy pins. It is fun to play, scramble or match play. But it's just a very pretty course. It's arguably the prettiest course in the game. So I'm gonna put you on D tier. And then Valhalla. Valhalla, I love Valhalla. I wish it was still that fall style, not the remastered green version for the PGA Championship when they changed the yardages of some of the holes. But overall, it's just Valhalla is one of those courses that will test you and will provide you opportunities. Par 72, you get the back nine is just a roller coaster. You have a par five that you need a birdie, then you survive a par three and a par four, then you have a short, sometimes reachable par four. Then it's survival mode for the next like three or four holes. And then hole 18 is, a birdie, possible eagle. It's just a roller coaster. Yeah, so Valhalla, I'm gonna put you on the A tier. All right. So we have courses left. We can all just assume that these are my S tier courses. And Muirfield, I'm gonna say right now, Muirfield's the best course in the game. It is the best course. It's a par 72. It is Jack's course. It's in Ohio, I believe. It's well made, very scenic, there's a lot of opportunities, there's a lot of challenges. Uh, you'll second guess your approach shots. Hole 18 is a nasty par 4 that challenges you off the tee and on the approach and on the green side and on the putt. Like that is a finishing hole. It's the best course in the game. Pebble Beach. I love Pebble Beach. I love it so much. It's the only reason why I started playing Golf Plus is when they announced that they were adding Pebble Beach. It it needs improvements. It's almost an OG course because now it's like 2 years old. Um, I'm glad they took away the stands. Some of the pin locations on the hole one hard pins, hole 11 medium pins. Um, but I love the course. Every time I play it, one, the course is just fun because in the first 7 holes, you're excited to get as many birdies or eagles you can, and then you get slapped in the face with the hole um, 8, 9, and 10, and then after that, you're just confused, and now you're in survival mode trying to get any type of birdies, and then they give you this nice little gift of hole 18. I mean, it's such a fun course. It's beautiful. Yeah, that's an S tier course. I'm gonna do TPC Sawgrass. TPC Sawgrass, like Pebble Beach, is one of the two courses, and St. Andrews, to be honest, that I used to play a lot in Tiger Woods games. It was just fun. It was just challenging. There's opportunities. It's par 72. It's there's a lot of great things that can happen on the course, or you can just lose your shit on it. Um, Again, the last 3 holes, 16 an easy par five. Then you got the island hole. Then you got hole 18. Sitting on a tier. Like I have 72%, I believe, currently fairways in regulation for all the massive rounds that I've played. I still get nervous on that hole, especially if there's wind. But it's just a great course. You know, there's nothing more I can say about it, but it's an S tier course. And then Peaks, newly added Winter Wonderland Fantasy Course, the one fantasy course that they got right. Peaks is what I wish Canyons would have been. It is an easy course. We just started a weekly today, and I'm not happy with how I played, and I can see a lot of low scores. I can see someone go negative 50 for the week on it if they haven't done it already. It's 8,000 feet in elevation, par 72. Um, oh my God, there's just so many options you could play in it. Like a lot of the pins, is slope towards the pin. You could hit it down the fairway. You could hit it off the ice. Um, It's just so many great things about it. And hole 18 par 5, like in my book, all eight hole 18 should be on a challenging par 5. This one's not challenging, but at least it's a par 5. It's long. Um, but it really gives you an opportunity at the end. And it's just fun. And then I mean you think about it, there's ice, there's snow, there's Christmas themes, there's hot cocoa, there's Christmas songs on the first and maybe 10th tee. But it is an S tier course. I love playing it, to be honest. But that's my ranking of the 32 courses. You know, Cliffs, Canyons, and Castle Links on a D tier. Bay Hill, Old, East Lake 2023, The Hay, Pinehurst, Riviera, Lofoten, and Yale all in C tier. Um, but it makes sense because I enjoy playing everything else. That's it. Like I said, that's my opinion. I've played them all. I know what I like. If you have any thoughts or opinions on it, feel free to share. You're not going to change my mind. Um, I know there's going to be more courses being added next year, which with 32 courses is getting to the point where there's just so many courses to play that it's a little too much. Like honestly, Jumeirah, it's a great course, but I don't play it so much because there's like a dozen other ones that I like to play. I just realized something. Where's Wolf Creek? How many courses am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. I am so confused right now. I know there's only 32 courses. Is there 33 courses? I know I know Wolf Creek's in the game. You know Wolf Creek's in the game. Wolf Creek, I will, tell you right now, and I'm not gonna come back and edit it, but it's also gonna be a B tier course. And the explanation behind that is Wolf Creek sucks to play on. It's a handicap chasers, course with a hard high, like back hard high. You shoot 6 under and it's like your handicap. Um, but scramble mode by itself on Wolf Creek from the front tees is just so much fun. I've played that so many times, and really, from the front pins or the front tees, it's probably the course with the most practice because you practice your driver, you practice your woods, your hybrids, your long irons, your mid irons, your short irons. You practice your putting, like all around. You have to practice like all your game to do well from the front tees at Wolf Creek. So it's some areas it's ridiculous, but mainly because of scramble mode. I'm gonna put it at the B tier. I'm gonna have to rewatch this. I have no idea. I thought there was only 32 courses. Apparently, there's 33. But either way, that's me ranking all my courses. Hopefully, they'll change the pins up or add new pins, or when they add their courses, they're more careful with the fantasy courses. Like I want a fantasy course that's just ridiculously gimmicky. You know, put a fair, a windmill out there, or put like some type of a shoot or slide that puts you on the green on a par four. If you're gonna make something fantasy wise, put it in the city, make it, I don't know, just make it weird and make it fun. Like easy pins has to be like ridiculously low scoring scores. Hard pins should be ridiculously hard. You know, that's my thought. But there's gonna be more courses to come. Hopefully with the pins. Hopefully they remaster some of the old courses. Um, but yeah, I'm out of words. I'm out of breath. My dog's pretty sad. But I'm gonna upload this and I'm gonna wish you all a great 2025. If you had a great or rough 2024, at least it's gonna end. Be safe for New Year's and later.